Hey Aquarius, this is your April 2024 reading using the tarot. Relationships, it seems, have been the main focus for you lately. Now the Two of Cups, of course this does look rather romantic, right? But it really doesn't just have to be a particularly important romantic relationship for you. There is a relationship that's probably springing to mind right now. It is a hugely important dynamic. It has been. For some of you, it's even a relationship, a friendship or a family tie that you just can't stop thinking about at the moment. It's got this kind of grip over you emotionally. Part of this could be because it's kind of emotionally fraught, or there's just a lot of intensity around this connection at this time. Intensity can be good though. April looks like it's going to be a pretty introspective month for you. So if things have been very outward focused for you lately, outer world, career, money, your goals, I think that we can expect the month of April to be something about the past coming back for examination, for reflection on. The Hermit card is telling me though, towards the end of the month, you are reviewing a relationship from the past, a situation from the past. Siblings are coming through here, family, past life connections, karmic connections. But some of you are actually going to start studying, researching, or delving deeper into a topic towards the end of the month. Now we're going to pull more cards in just a moment to clear them up, but I would like to see what oracle you're dealing with for the eclipse season window. We have an eclipse on the 25th of March. We have an eclipse on the 8th of April. So I'd love to know what the energy is around those approximate dates. The eclipse season will run a little before that and even a little after the 8th of April. So let's have a look. We have foundation. This card has been coming through a lot during these readings, and this is really very much about building stability and working on something important from the ground up at this time in your world. But I think I should read a little bit more about it because there's going to be so much more to this card. How are you doing, Aquarius? How has everything been for you? Let's see. We have creation. Oh no, I'm sorry, I'm on the wrong card. Please bear with me for just a moment. As of today, I'm 40 weeks pregnant. This video will be out by the time, I hope I have the baby at that point. But my point is, it's been a little difficult for me to not download intuitive messages and symbols. That's been very actually enhanced. It's more about transmuting it into words, okay? So bear with me. Foundation. Preparation, stability, patience, fundamentals. Foundation calls us into learning and patience so we can move forward and grow with more success. So when we try to rush ahead and try and reach an end result without a solid foundation, we're going to have to go all the way back to the start, or it's just going to be filled with setbacks. So this is talking about this eclipse season. You're going to be taking time to do that kind of unglamorous work, striving for a solid foundation, little bit at a time, compounding those efforts to kind of yield long-term and enduring results for you. So many of you are already well along your way, and take this time now to see what cracks may be in your foundation, and maybe take some time to see what repairs need to be made. So the Hermit card is going to be a very introspective energy. The Six of Cups speaks to spending a lot of April getting in touch with the past for some reason. Why is the past coming up? Why is the past important at this time? Are you missing something? Have you glossed over something? Was there a crack in the foundation? A lot of you are actually examining the foundations of your most important relationships. Are these built to last? If the foundation is strong, it will withstand the obstacles and challenges. But for a lot of you, you're maybe not on the same page anymore. And just because these are people from your past, your childhood, or even you share biological ties with these people, doesn't always mean it's the most healthy. Maybe this is wonderful though. The Two of Cups, let's have a look at what's coming up at the end of March for you, especially around the 25th of March, around that eclipse. I mean, some of you will be falling in love around that eclipse, right? Venus is in Pisces, super romantic. And we have the King of Cups here, which is a very loving, emotionally deep, transformative energy. So is the Ten of Cups, filled with the saturation of connection. 10 cups full. The King of Cups, the Two of Cups. Cups is the element of love and water and togetherness. So some of you are feeling deeply connected to a particularly special person at this time. So much so that you could actually be borderline obsessive. Okay, obsessive is not a good word to use. It's actually not a good frequency, as we know, but in a lighthearted way, you know, you might actually feel like I'm fucking obsessed with this person, but you feel like this really strong pull towards somebody in your world at this time. And it's really hard for you to think of anything else lately. Now, that's not going to be applying to everybody, but there is this potential right now for a lot of you Aquarius to fall head over heels in love with life, in love with the passion project, and just even to be in nature. This is a campfire scene, a starry night sky. I get the sense that, you know, Venus is in Pisces now, and Mars will be in Pisces by the time you're seeing this, roughly. And I just feel like there is this then focus and effort and drive and value put on spirituality when these planets are in Pisces for everybody. Artistic appreciation and creation and mysticism and magic. So romance, anything that just feels like your senses are exploding at the end of March, lean into that, because that seems really good for you at this time. I mean, you're very much like filled with love, and I feel like some of you are reaching a very March period of devotion with a romantic person in your life. And then of course not everyone's into romance, right? So what else have we got here? We have family, we have our pets, we have nature, we have something that makes us feel truly very alive and connected. And I really see you leaning into that at the end of March, or you're really transfixed by something of the relationships kind of realm, you know? Okay, so April does look like it's going to be quite an introspective month for you. Now, there might be camping trips, there might be family trips, there might be celebration. I hear that the gang's all here and we're celebrating, and there's dating, and there's you know, the cups are overflowing. So there is like this beautiful social energy, but a lot of it is bringing up something from the past life, trip down memory lane, something that is kind of incredibly deep, but you're maybe wondering why. You know, you're asking, why is this so important to me at this time? Why is this coming up? Could be something to do with family or your relationship. The Star and the Tower. So we're seeing two major arcana cards. They actually come side by side in chronological order in the deck. After the chaos energy of the Tower comes the healing, replenishing Star. But in this way, they've actually come out Star first. Okay, that's not to say that everything is smooth until it's not, but everything in April seems like it could be a little dreamy, and it could be a little like unrealistic, that's all. But that could be just like some idealism coming through. The Tower will bring you back down to reality where you need to be, like where it's called for, but there's also no harm in getting swept up, especially I feel like a lot of you are creative types, or you're innovative and you're inventing and you have these aspirations, and the Tower can also be like a hell of a lot of passion and a hell of a lot of oomph and sudden kind of off to a really quick start on something this month too. So I feel like it is about igniting a passion for you this month too. I also get the impression that like the relationships from the past that are just not on the same wavelength as you anymore are really going to not come crumbling down with the tower, but there will be an exposure there. And there's just you guys are just different now, and you know, this could be showing that you Aquarius are more likely to take a risk on something, where the Six of Cups likes everything sometimes to stay the same. So maybe you're just noticing that certain people in your life, like, they don't want to change. They don't want to change their ways. They don't want to change their habits. They're not willing to look at the conditioned, their conditioning. You know, they're maybe just kind of like sometimes living in a very unconscious way, you might say. I don't know. And the Star card tells me that, like, you know, the more you heal, the brighter your light shines. It might just be that you're outgrowing the past, you're outgrowing that situation. There's no hard feelings there, and there's still fondness and love there. So acceptance is a nice frequency to try and get in for your own sake. Some of you are going to actually really relish in the fact that April has some surprises in store, because this to me looks like romance, love life, connections, family and personal life, friendship and domestic world. That's going well, okay? That's like something that's been built up really strongly for you, and at the end of March you can actually notice it in a way that's like not only tangible, you feel it very deeply in your heart. And then it looks like April is this month of like needing to go into your past, your childhood, going to dig around in there. Not always the most comfortable. So there's a reason, I think, for things coming up from the past, people from the past reaching out, connecting to memories and having these kind of like file of facts in your unconscious just like present you with a memory that's been unlocked for you, and you're like, where the hell did that come from? So it might actually be nice not to just be totally focused on that healing journey. And the Tower might actually be this sort of like breath of fresh air. Why don't I pull one more card around the Tower just to see like how things are getting shaken up for you this month? And the shake up might actually really be welcome for you, because you might be like, I'm just so sick of this kind of like introversion, introspection. And it's not like, introspection is great and it's so nice to find the time to do that, but sometimes when we're like, you know, it's not always good to be heavily focused on the past. It can be, but we don't want to dwell there. So you don't want to be dwelling, and that might be nice. Yeah, the Six of Wands. Yeah, you know what? It's just like, you might just need to be like, guys, like you're in the house, you're in your family home, you're in your hometown, you like it's a homecoming energy, and you're just like, oh, I've changed so much. That's probably what all I'm seeing, you know, whether you're there literally or not, but you're just reminded of your past and how much you've changed and what you've outgrown this month. So that is a deeply introspective card. So it may not be that so much is happening around the eclipse on the surface. What was your oracle again? The Foundation. Yeah, it was more just about like preparing and stability and something that's already underway for you in your life, just making sure it's still going smoothly and checking in on it rather than huge initiation. However, the Hermit card does suggest that you're getting balls deep into something that you're very interested in at the end of the month. So you might be learning the tarot, you might be taking a webinar, you might even be, you know, going on a retreat of some sort. Something that your knowledge is going to and your wisdom is going to be enriched by this experience. The Hermit, the Two of Wands, and the Nine of Wands. Page of Wands here too. it's nice to see a little bit of fire coming through. We've surely had the end of March being very kind of like in our feelings, and you know, April, even the first part of April is continuing to be quite retrospective, nostalgic even, kind of maudlin. I don't even know if you'll know what that word means. My dad used it, maudlin. It's a funny word. Anyway, from around the midpoint of the month onwards, like the 16th, 17th of April, there is quite a noticeable shift in the dial up for you. Like we're dialing it up then, and some of you are actually like currently, or like in April something happens where you're under review. That might mean like somebody is considering you for a job application, for a housing position, for a date. Somebody is considering you for, you know, to be a client of theirs or to hire you in some way. And that's what the Hermit shows, you know, that there is this kind of ongoing review. Switch that around, you could be the person which is reviewing candidates or suitors or somebody else. And you know, then we have the Two of Wands and the Nine of Wands, the Six of Wands too. You're getting kind of more inspired and more interested in something. Again, it's nothing like, I feel like it's still not a major month of action. I mean, obviously some of you are going to have a action-packed month, but the Foundation card just really tells me, interesting enough, it's like they're building this wall in the foreground. If you look to the background here, we see a structure that's crumbled. That's very like tower energy, right? That's the sort of sometimes refreshing energy of the tower, like you're not going to change this, says the tower. You know it's not working, or it's not stable, or it's not conducive to growth. Okay, external force sweeps in. Is it by coincidence? Is it fate? Who knows? But it changes something and does something about a situation that you were kind of hesitant and kind of like, you know, limiting yourself on, or like, oh, I don't know if I should do that or not. That can be liberating. The structure here that's crumbling, I think, is the warning of glossing over and not paying attention to cracks in the foundation. And then there's another structure in the furthermore background, which is thriving, really. It's a castle, you know, and like it's kind of inspiring, and it's showing like with careful preparation and due diligence, you're going to be able to build something long lasting. So a lot about it is laying the foundations emotionally this month, psychologically. You could be preparing for something that is like quite a big change down the line, or you could be preparing for a bigger occasion, or a bigger excursion, a trip, or a marathon, or something where you're testing your body or your limitations, or you're just building up for something really big. And this is just a time to rest when you can, and that shouldn't be seen as boring, because it's just a lot about what's happening in your inner world, you know. Aquarius, that would be really great if you would subscribe. If you like this video, like, share, comment, whatever you feel like doing to show support. And I will look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye.